I don't know anything about this, so I'm checking with you, period.
Setting the things up. The exciting before show part of the show. That's not that exciting. Testing our audio. If you have any audio problems out there, let me know. Now's the time to fix it. Guy Forsyth, still?
Yes, hello.
He hasn't turned into someone else yet. Oh, I need to grab the Ethernet cable. Live on Channel 16 in Austin.
Behind the iPad, you just can't see it. Here you go.
Oh, we have so many iPads. I guess I could just move this camera over. I'll just come and get real close to this camera.
I was but a young man, I was wild and full of fire. Youth within my teens, but full of challenge and desire. I ran away from home and left my mother and my dad. I know it grieved them so to think their only boy was bad. I fell in with an outlaw gang, the names are known quite well. How many times we robbed and plundered I could never tell. This kind of sinful living leads only to a fall. I learned that much and more the night I heard my master call. One night we rustled cattle, 1,000 head or so. Started them out on the trail that leads to Mexico. But a norther started blowing, lightning flashed about. Thought someone was calling me, I thought I heard a shout. And at that moment lightning struck not 20 yards from me. Left there was a giant cross, once there was a tree. And this time I knew I heard a voice so sweet and strange. A voice that came from everywhere, a voice that called my name. So frightened I was thinking the sinful deeds I'd done. I failed to see the 1,000 head of cattle start to run. The cattle they stampeded, running all around. My pony ran but stumbled and she threw me to the ground. I felt the end was near, that death would be the price, when a mighty bolt of lightning showed the face of Jesus Christ. And I cried, Lord, forgive me, don't let it happen now. I want to live for you alone, oh God, these words I vow. Why wicked bastard fall to another bolt of lightning killed 100 head of steers. And this time I knew I heard a voice so sweet and strange, a voice that came from everywhere, a voice that called my name. So frightened I was thinking of sinful deeds I'd done. I failed to see the 1,000 head of cattle start to run. The cattle they stampeded were running all around. My pony ran but stumbled and she threw me to the ground. I felt the end was nearing, that death would be the price, when a mighty bolt of lightning showed the face of Jesus Christ. And I cried, oh Lord, forgive me, don't let it happen now. I want to live for you alone, oh God, these words I vow. My wicked past had faulted, I thought, wasted years. Then another bolt of lightning killed 100 head of steers. But the others rushed on by me, I was left to live. The master has a reason, life is his to take or give. Miracle performed that night, I wasn't meant to die. The dead ones formed a barricade at least 6 or 7 high. Right behind it there was I, afraid but safe and sound. I cried and begged for mercy, kneeling there upon the ground. But we've reached
4, 3, 2.
We're going to do a John D. Graham song right now because we're no fools.
Ready? Because we're on.
Hi, Wednesday.
Hello, Wednesday.
How is Wednesday
It
today?
looks a lot like Tuesday and Monday. And
Well, but Wednesday's a special day. It's Odin's Day.
Odin's Day.
Odin's Day.
Explain yourself.
That's right. Well, Odin, the Allfather, keeps the Wednesday holy as he views the world through his sentient crows. And Thursday is Thor's Day. That's your buddy Thor.
You made that up.
No, I did not. No, it's all true. But Wednesday, Odin's Day. Odin's Day. The Allfather.
I'm so gullible. I don't ever know if you're...
I just read children's books about mythology when I was a kid. And comic books. Especially comic books.
Were they chiseled into stone?
The comic books, no. They were cheap newsprint. Yes.
Well, want to play a song?
Yeah, what song shall we play?
I don't know.
All right.
I've got just like the 4 that we've been practicing for the last 2 weeks stuck in my head.
Well, we can certainly do those, but I wrote a song a little while back that I really did want to play because it was very much on my mind.
I'm going to put your camera on because I need to go find... I had my godniece over, or my goddaughter. I have a goddaughter.
You have a goddaughter?
I have a goddaughter over. And I don't have kid toys, so I found all my rattles and was letting her play with my shakers. We need to get some kid toys.
Yep. That's right. Even as a child I knew I would take a bullet for you. But in my life I've never seen someone so lucky grow so mean. Now I wonder what it was that turned you on. Point and click solution and the problem's gone. You always liked your hands clean and to manifest the promise of a new machine. Now there's an armalite rifle underneath your bed. breastplate jacket and a heart of lead. Backhand of God, I heard it said. That Armalite rifle underneath your bed. Now by all accounts you run some good. No one to tell you what you should. You wear the boots around this town, and no one dares to come around. But it doesn't look like you get much sleep. And what you get is fast and cheap. You dream of what they do to you, and it's the same as you would too. Now there's an Armalite rifle underneath your bed, breastplate jacket and a heart of lead. Backhand of God, I heard it said. That Armalite rifle underneath your bed. Black rifle has its say, ends arguments a block away. Bullet points, talking heads, blue and gray, blue and red. Blue and gray, blue and red. Misunderstood and overfed. Too much hate to see what you might lose, and not love enough to let you choose. Now there's an Armalite rifle underneath your bed, breastplate jacket and a heart of lead. Backhand of God, I heard it said. That Armalite rifle underneath your bed. That Armalite rifle underneath your bed. Aha!
Is there another song I can play on? Since I'm all sawed up now?
You're all sawed up. Any suggestions? What would you like to play?
I don't know. Maybe I can try one that I never played song before.
Well, that's certainly a good idea.
It could go terribly wrong.
It's okay. It's certainly worth what people paid to get in.
Okay, sure.
So we'll give you your admission back free if this doesn't work out. I'm gonna.
Marty Satterfield, I wanted to say hi and thank you. He helped me figure out a sound issue before the show started. Uh-huh. And we also have Ginger watching and Kim Yarbrough. Kim, I miss you. I miss you, Kim. And Deb and Sheila. And of course, Sue. Which means maybe nice. Jim.
That's great. Yay. Don't waste a moment on that one you left behind. Don't think for a second, you just might change your mind. And things would be different if the whole wide world rewind. 'Cause you could say she's crazy now. It's not like you treated her any different than all the rest. Held for a moment and told you love the best. Maybe she just felt it deeper inside her vest. 'Cause you could say she's crazy now. She's crazy now, used to spend every single sunrise. Sleep it off and get it on again. What could make a man so unwise to slander so good a friend? Keep your mind on what you have got. Don't waste your time on what you have not. Just count your blessings you got off the first shot. You could say she's crazy now. Sunrise. Sleep it off and get it on again. What could make a man so unwise to slander so good a friend? And if the end was just too much for her to bear, you suck it up and breathe it out like air. After all, she saw things in you that simply were not there. And you could say she's crazy now.
She's crazy now.
You could say she's crazy now.
She's crazy now.
You could say she's crazy now. There. A song you've never played on song.
It was fun. It didn't make any noise for like a solid minute in the first. I was like, I don't know, my posture must be bad.
It's what you don't play. I mean, really. So that's skill. It's really good.
Except for when you're trying to make it make noise, and you're like, God, reset.
What would you like to sing now?
What would I like to sing? You know, we could do Blue Bayou, but I don't remember the chords to play it with you. So we could do that now, or after.
Well, quick, pull something up and we'll...
Pull something up.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's play one of the segments. I think we should... Let's intro Patrick first. And so Patrick's very concerned that he is causing us to lose all of our viewers. And I keep trying to convince him that is not the case. See, the thing that we're doing here with Austin, Texas musicians...
Well, we do have some shut-ins, some people who can't move and they can't tune out. So.
Right, you are stuck. But
we broke the knob.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to get you some information to the musicians that live here in Austin, Texas. And, I mean, it is pertinent to musicians outside of Austin, too, because we're all the same.
That's true. And, in fact, trying to effectively lobby as a bunch of artists has been about as successful as most endeavors to herd cats, and with a lot of the same sounds involved. It's difficult for Austin's musical community to develop its lobby and speak with one effective voice because there are so many voices. It's a complicated issue, and that is why it deserves our attention.
Yeah. So this is Patrick Buchta and I on a Zoom call earlier today. We do this once a week. We want you guys to get this info. Let me pull it up. I guess I probably should have already had it pulled up, but I didn't. And here we go. Once again, here is Patrick Buchta from Austin, Texas musician. Hey.
Hey, Jessica, how are you today?
I'm good. It seems like we haven't talked in forever. Why don't we start with that live music fund?
Yeah, well, that's the big topic, I think, as we get into the next few months and really the next year, is, we helped to get the live music fund on the table back in November of 2019, which seems like a million years ago now, right? And we're still kind of in the space where we just don't know how it's going to work. We don't have a lot of information yet from the city on what's going to happen with this. But we do believe it's going to be coming down the pipeline pretty soon. So we really just want to make sure that we are still in the conversation when, the parameters around the Live Music Fund are decided on, how it's going to work. We had a whole working group last year dedicated to providing recommendations to the city on how this would work, and still not a peep. So we just kind of need to check back in and see where things are with the Live Music Fund, and make sure that all the musicians and all the industry stakeholders are still a part of that conversation.
Yeah, because right now is the time when we can actually make a difference in how things are going to be rolling out. I know that myself and Guy, we're starting to book starting as early as May because we'll both have our vaccines.
Yep.
I mean, do we know anything along the lines of, do we know if music venues are going to require those vaccination cards? I mean,
right. These are all questions, and we can't everybody's different. We've provided guidelines for musicians and venues, as you see on the graphics right here, that venues can use and musicians can use to ask the proper questions of each other on how all this stuff is going to work. Ultimately, we can't require businesses to do one certain thing when the governor has said that all businesses can reopen 100% and no masks are required. So it's really up to the businesses to kind of work with us and figure out what works best for everybody at this point. And, there's the Red River Cultural District and so many other venues in town have been working on the Safe and Sound sort of partnership that shows which businesses and venues have agreed to take up these safety requirements. And so we're encouraging any local musicians to kind of book with those venues if you can.
So do your homework.
Yep.
Make sure you know what you're getting into. Make sure that it is monetarily worth the risk that you're putting yourself at. And also, at the end of the day, you need to make sure that you're okay with the stance that you're taking, because as a musician in the community, you going out and working, you are a representative of this community as a whole.
That's correct. Yeah, we're a community, we're a family, and we ultimately just want everybody to kind of represent us in the best way out there. So, yeah.
I think the next thing we're going to talk about is I'm just going to say Sahara, and then I'm going to let you take it away.
We've been made aware of a situation with, I think back in the fall, we saw how, we all rallied around getting the SAVES resolution passed to get $5 million out to venues to help them through the pandemic. And in the case of the Sahara Lounge over on the east side in District 1, apparently, so one part of all the venues qualifying for round 2 of funding is that they do need to take this equity training through the city. And that's very important. Everybody should do that. Anybody who wasn't booking equitably or didn't have, really kind of fair business practices before for booking diverse talent and having diverse staff, they need to make those changes now. And this equity training is designed to do exactly that. So if you get the funding from the city, you also have to take the training. But in the case of the Sahara Lounge, I think they came apparently to the first meeting, but it had been rescheduled due to the winter storm, and they missed the email apparently for the rescheduled meeting. So in the case of the Sahara Lounge, they were immediately disqualified for that second round of funding, which is up to $140,000. In the case of the Sahara Lounge, we're talking about a female-owned business that is one of the only venues in Austin that actually does book diverse talent and has a diverse staff on hand. And so it would be a shame to see that they are actually left out of this funding process. So we do have some people speaking tomorrow at City Council on item 31 to make sure that Sahara and other businesses just like that are part of the process. We just heard that Malavita, which is basically a Latin club down on East 6th Street, was disqualified because they didn't meet the financial reporting requirements. So, you know, if you are a minority owned business and maybe you can't pay an accountant $250 an hour to get your books in order for all these stringent requirements, well, you know, that's a problem too. You know, when we want this thing to be equitable for all of our venues and minority owned venues, we need the city to work it out with these guys and make sure they have a fair chance to apply.
So there is a city council meeting viewable online tomorrow, correct?
That is correct. That'll be online tomorrow. You can always look at the ATXN Live. I believe that's on Channel 1 tomorrow, all day. It's been a year since musicians received those $1,000 checks from the Austin Music Disaster Relief Fund. And obviously that money's long gone now. Okay. And so, you know, we're still here. We're still unemployed and we need some relief as well. So we hope that the city will consider musicians when the next round of federal funding comes down.
And stay tuned. I mean, we're going to keep letting you know what's going on every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. here with Patrick Buchta on Austin, Texas Musician. Thanks for keeping us informed, letting us know where best to find that money that we need.
Yeah. Thank you, Jessica. Good to see you.
See you next week, Pat.
See you.
Bye. All right.
Jessica is going to be talking about actual living animals that you can play. And one of the ones that she's really good at is the cat bagpipe.
He's going to leave now.
And so she's now going to bite on the cat's tail. Oh, that's great. That's great. Sorry, I didn't realize you were in management. But
excuse me, Kitty.
Nevertheless.
Get out of there.
Seeley, we told you. We're going to be on the air. We can't do this right now.
Well, he was doing the funniest thing when I was just trying to practice, and I was kind of hoping he was going to do it now that I couldn't practice. Well, that's the wrong end there, Kitty. He was muting my guitar with his face.
The cat mute.
Ready? I'm letting the cat get comfortable. Feel so bad, got a worried mind. I'm so lonesome all the time. Since I left my baby behind, I'm blue by you. Saving nickels, saving dimes, working till the sun don't shine. Looking forward to happier times, I'm blue by you.
I'm going back someday from one man to blue bayou, where the folks are fine, world is mine on blue bayou,
Where those fishing girls with their sails afloat, if I could only see a familiar sunrise, sleepy eyes, how happy I'd be. sucker. He like muted it the whole break with his head. It was so funny.
Oh, well, thanks a lot there.
Thanks a lot, Sealy.
Gosh, Sealy. Oh.
He's obviously not very bothered by sound. Hey, Lois Jane, how are you doing? We've got our most favorite guest here, Sealy Cat. He loves music. He always comes running. What do you got for us, Henry?
In times of trouble, we decide what we need. What we take with us, what we leave. And how much of your answers can be believed. Nothing gonna save you if you're deceived. Can you live without water for 5 days? Can you live without shopping when you get paid? Can you live without having someone to blame? Can you live without the loser of your game? Can you live without this fine new car? Can you live without knowing exactly who you are? Did you ever doubt you'd have your house on the hill? Can you live without all the folks who never will? Can you live without your dope? Whatever it might be, kind but wiser, it works the same for me. Can you live without them whispering your name? Can you live without cashing in your fame? Can you live without her? Best make up your mind. Can you live without her? Boy, you're running out of time. Can you live without her? 'Cause that's the way it's playing out. Can you live without her? Can you live without? What we take with us, what we leave, and how much of your answers can be believed. Nothing gonna save you if you're deceived. Can you live without her breath on your neck? Can you live without the laughter and the sex? Did you ever doubt you'd have a picture on your wall? You live without anybody there at all? Can you live without the callus on your knees? Can you live without the scar that no one sees? Can you live without living by degrees? Can you live without doing exactly as you please? Times of trouble, we decide what we need. What we take with us, what we leave. How much of your answers can be believed? Nothing gonna save you if you're deceived.
I'm so sorry the cat was doing this.
Never work with children or pets. Yeah.
But I love them.
Yes.
But I should put my
Good
hair
job.
up.
Good
Well,
job,
look,
Celia.
be distracted. There. You want to introduce Jacquelyn?
Oh, yeah. So, uncomfortable conversations
Yes.
lead to the Palace of Wisdom, apparently, and proven in fact here.
Da-da-da.
This is Jacquelyn Graham, and you're listening to Uncomfortable Conversations. We've been having a lot of conversations based in personal responsibility, choices, kindness to yourself and others, and perspective. So I'm going to give you a couple of stories. Now, I think I told you this before, but in October of 2019, my 36-year-old son passed away. And I have had a lot of things happen in my life, but I have to admit that that one honestly has been the hardest one I have ever gone through. And if you know my life, that's saying a lot, but I think you understand why. Now, I'm a Christian. I am sort of a don't buy any brand Christian, which is why I attend Riverbend Church, or don't attend, I watch it online. But I found in the Bible a lot of good information and good perspectives that have helped me. Most of the Bible seems to me to be written in metaphor, and that was Jesus' way of teaching. His favorite way of teaching was metaphor. Let you figure it out. So while all this was going on, I spent a lot of time reading the book of Job. And if you're familiar with that story, Job lost everything, including his children, he had disease, all kinds of things. I felt a lot of kinship with Job. You know, I have the neurosurgery that I had to have. My son passed away. I lost my job. You know, all kinds of things just came on me all at once. I lost my eyesight due to the grief. People can actually go blind because of grief. Luckily, mine was just double vision, so I've been taking the time to let it heal, but that was why I lost my job. I couldn't do it anymore. So a lot of things piled on. And all during that time, you know, thanks to everything that happened to me before in my life, I understood completely how Job just yelled at God. He let it all out. He told God exactly what he was feeling. He suffered, and he called out to God for help. You know, and it's a metaphor for our lives. I mean, I ended up having a lot of the same things happen, but the story of Job really is a metaphor. It's just life. We're all going to go through life. Bad things are going to happen. Good things are going to happen. God is always there for you to talk to. And it's all up to you, because it's the main point is keeping your balance, finding what helps you keep your balance. With me, it's prayer and talking to God. I don't think I would have survived if I didn't have that. So you simply take what has happened in your life, you learn from it, and you move on. Now, we all have things that we have to do in this life. And there's a metaphor for that in the Bible too. It's Jonah, the story of Jonah and the whale. So whatever you have to do, whatever you absolutely have to do, it's not going to go away. It's going to chase you. Jonah had to go to, I think it was Nineveh. God told him to go to Nineveh and to, you know, preach to the people there. He didn't want to do it. So he ran away, got in a boat, all kinds of stuff, storm, thrown over the side because he told him to, and swallowed by a whale. Now, he had to sit in there. And honestly, I agree with my Reverend Dave Haney at Riverbend in that Jonah died and was reborn, because Jesus later said, I am going to do as Jonah did. So, you know, there's something interesting for you. in any case, he came back because he finally figured out he could not run from what he had to do in his life. It was something he didn't want to do, but he needed to do it. So life's like that. You know, you find out you have to do something. You find out that you know, your life isn't going to get better unless you do a particular thing. And you can run and you can hide and you can make excuses and do things, but that thing will never go away until you do it and learn from it and get what you need from it. So don't be like Jonah. Don't put other people in danger. Don't run. You know, just sit there, feel sorry for yourself for a few minutes, do what you got to do. Learn the lesson, move on. Because life, it ain't going away. You got to deal with it. And the best way you can deal with it is by finding your own internal balance. In whatever way. Whether it is going to Riverbend, reading the Bible, going to humanist meetings, talking to friends. I don't care. Whatever works for you, it's your life. So do something with it. Get out there. Give yourself the chance to be the person that you were meant to be. This has been Uncomfortable Conversations. You can reach me at jacquelyngraham.voice@gmail.com and call me, talk to me anytime. I'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day.
We're back.
Hey, goodness gracious, it's the internet.
Again.
Here, standing before us.
And we're going to sing some songs.
Yeah.
I want to do this Peggy Lee tune. I haven't done it in a while. I played it heavily at the beginning of the pandemic. And then I was like, I don't want to sing that ever again. Now I'm back.
Backsliding.
Right. Wondering what it's all about. You ain't got That's the appropriate ending to a Peggy Lee song.
Wow. If you know what I'm saying.
I do, I think.
And what I'm saying is basically...
And if I don't know what you're saying, I hope to find out shortly. Wow. That's our public service announcement. I don't know if you've noticed this. It's not sturdy enough for me to like rest my elbow on it, but you know, if you punch in some things here or point your phone at it, it could do something cool.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess like strange apparitions, you should really show your phone at that. I mean, like I wouldn't want to give anybody a call to action because
we don't do calls to action.
Would be wrong.
And I love my producer.
Times get hard, things don't change. Play by the rules and lose the game. I lost my job when the factory closed. Buck and I were down in Mexico. When the paycheck came, it was already spent. Not enough left for me to pay my rent. Look for work and watch myself on thin. If you love me, Susie, don't you turn me. Miss Susie, baby, don't turn me. You love me, Susie. I said, baby, don't turn me. Guess the twins think of something to say. Take care of Jack while I'm gone away. Tell the neighbors that I'm going to see. And I won't say nothing when they ask about me. I pull my tears to get a brand new gun. Shave my head, I ain't my father's son. Stealing bread to eat, I don't call that sin. You love me, Susie, don't you turn me. You love me, Susie, baby, don't turn me. You love me, Susie, I said, baby, don't turn me. Take for a fuse, sniff a blow. Well, I'm all cranked up, I got no place to go. So now, baby, I'm here with you. Didn't wanna be, but my plans fell through. I ditched the Dodge down by the riverbed. If I show my face, they're gonna shoot me dead. 48 states want me for my crime. I don't mind dying, but I won't do time. I come home late, then you're gonna send me out again. You love me, Susie, don't you love me? You love me, Susie, but don't tell me. You love me, Susie, I said, baby, don't tell me. That's it.
Susie. Sue's watching.
So there you go, Sue.
Sue. I'm really
free.
excited. Bella, our youngest daughter, and I are going to go on a 3-week across-country drive. Making some stops here and there. Got some people that are going to be booking me for some photo shoots. I take pictures, very well, I might say.
That's true.
So I'm excited to go see Sue. And excited to be all over the United States. I see Camilla is watching, and she says she's watching from Washington, and we're going to be in Washington.
And I will certainly miss getting to see everybody on this trip.
Yeah.
But I'll be working here at home.
He's going to stay here, and me and Bella are going to go into the great blue yonder.
Into the big wide open
Oklahoma. Okay, I'm going to go now. I'm going to key up this next clip. This is Dan. Probably my favorite ever. I just think he's the best.
The Danimal.
The Danimal.
everybody, and welcome to another episode of Navigating the Musical Minefield with me, your host, Dan Johnson. And today I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about amplifiers, and today I'm going to be focusing more on solid-state amplifiers, amplifiers with no tubes. And this can also be used for amplifiers with tubes, and what this is called is negative EQing, okay? And the theory behind this is how to really start from scratch to get a good amp tone in the studio, but mainly this is for live use. And this is something that people argue about constantly. No one can agree on it. A lot of times what you find are people fighting over how loud. Everyone's trying to get louder than one another. And we're going to start off by talking about negative EQing without any effects. This is just to give you like the base coat, if you will, the clean palette that you can add all your effects, no matter if you're playing acoustic, electric, whatever instrument. This will work for pretty much bass guitar or electric guitar, acoustic, dobro, mandolin, banjo, whatever your amplifier you're working for. And the other thing is, this doesn't really apply to using it if you're running into a direct box and having a sound guy give you a monitor feed. He's going to be doing this pretty much anyway. So this is kind of your ability to do this from your own personal amplifier that you're bringing on stage. So negative EQing, I took a class in this, and it really helped because, like everyone else, I was fighting, trying to be loud, trying to do this, trying to do that. And what you want to do is you want to start from scratch. So what we're going to do is we're going to zero out. This is what's called zeroing out. You're going to turn everything, effect, whatever, to 0 on the amplifier. Everything, all the way. Now you're starting from scratch, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to slowly bring our volume up, but there's a trick you can try. It works for me. And what we're going to do is we're going to strum. I've got my electric 6-string guitar here. All right, I'm slowly going to be bringing things up. And there you go. You can hear we're starting to get some sounds. Now everything I've kind of got at 1 or 2. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep a relatively low volume. Okay? And then I'm going to add the treble to my liking. And then I'm going to add bass. And then I'm going to take away. You're going to subtract a lot. You can start to hear it sounding better. Now, the trick, here's my master volume. That's the over-controlling volume of the amp. I call this tuning to the room. You can take your middle and play it until it... See, right? There's the sweet spot for this amp, this guitar, and the room. You can use the middle control, okay? You have treble, middle, bass, and you can set your middle to the tone of the room, be it an old wood stage, outdoor amphitheater, whatever it may be, practice room, or recording area. And that's going to be how you tune your instrument to the room, and then you dial in everything else to your liking. There you go. That's how you negative EQ. And like I said, this is something I use on stage live all the time. And it can work with tube amps. It can work with any kind of amp, any instrument amplifier. You zero it out, all right? You start from scratch and you dial everything in, and then you could use your mid control. Some amplifiers, like PV amplifiers, have a mid and then what's called a mid shift, and that can even greater EQ. The more EQ, the more control. So that's kind of how you could look at it. So again, there you go, negative EQ, and I hope it works for you. Again, the show is Wednesday at 9 p.m., Channel 16, Austin Music Television. This is Dan Johnson, over and out. Have a good one, navigating the musical minefield. Take it easy.
Welcome back, I said with a rattle. I have some maracas.
Oh, you want to do snakes?
That does not sound like a rattlesnake.
Dial in the rattlesnake sound.
This one.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Wednesday. And now you are a professional steel guitar player because you have learned all of the amazing secrets that Dan Johnson shares on his fabulous show.
Yep.
Thank you, Dan, for dropping knowledge like that.
Dropping it like it's hot. And hi to Vicky, your mommy.
Hi, Mom. 1, 2, 3. There are snakes around my trailer. I found a scorpion in my bed. Snakes around my trailer. I found a scorpion in my bed. If Texas has its way, I could wake up dead. Black mold underneath the sheetrock, paper wasps in the eave. Now I try to keep up with the upkeep, but an honest man may be deceived. Oh, God help the child set upon by thieves. Now it's a jacked up day where I wake up and I'm already late. Pulling out the front door, I wonder what I run for to meet my fate. If Texas had its way, well, I'd be gone without a trace. 100 right behind me to take my place. Hot sun working on the red clay, and it cracks just like a chain. Hell in August, Texas, fools pray for rain. Oh, you dumb sons of bitches, hurricane. And if it wasn't trying to kill you, it wouldn't be Texas. If you ain't got the fight, you won't make it here. See that cowboy hat round in that Lexus, and the man that wicked grin from ear to ear. Got the fight, you won't make it. See that cowboy hat, driving that Lexus, better man that wicked grin from ear to ear. Now it's a jacked up day where I wake up and I'm already late. Open out the front door, I wonder what I run for. Meet my fate. If Texas had its way, well, I'd be gone without a trace. 100 right behind me to take my place. There are snakes around my trailer. I found a scorpion in my bed. If Texas has its way, there will be bloodshed. And if trouble makes a man, I'm a thoroughbred.
Man, I can't wait. We're talking to people about making a music video for that right now, which is exciting. So.
Yep, we've contracted the Snake Ranch to lend us their dancing rattlers. Yes, the Snake Ranch dancing rattlers are one of, I think, the most unique acts in the world today. They do a lot of soft shoe.
You tell your dad jokes to this camera.
Sorry.
There.
Soft shoe.
What else you got there, Guy?
Nothing.
I like it. You should do like a dad stand-up.
A dad joke. Should have a dad joke of the week.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
I should get all you musicians that are dads to send me weird dad jokes. That could be a segment. I think that's hilarious.
Yep, I think
that's
so.
funny. So it is 56. We could do a very short song. What could that be? Because we go off at 50.
I don't know what is a short song that we know.
I can't think of anything right now. It's been a long day. Oh, this song's gonna make me sleepy.
On my own, far from home, I'll never understand love. I touched her hair and left her there to find out what I'm made of. Up ahead, the traffic's slowing. Back in Casey, it's still snowing. No one knows me where I'm going on my own. Should be tired, but I'm not even yawning. I drove all night, saw the light of one more Monday morning. When I was your one and only, why'd she go and try to own me? Funny, I don't feel so lonely on my own.
Thanks for being here. We're here every Wednesday. We'll be here next Wednesday too. And thank you, Sheila Steele. We love you too. And hopefully this is the right time, or we'll be right back.
We're going to do a John D. Graham song right now because we're no fools.
And in doing this, I feel like this has just been one of my. This is really. This is all I really want.
Good night on Facebook and on YouTube. We're still live on those two things still.
Oh yeah, and this is not actually Saturday Night Live, but you know, I just.
Guy has big
wanted
dreams.
Just wanted to live a little fantasy life there for a little bit, just imagining that.
Can we yell it's Wednesday night?
It's Wednesday night, everybody!
have to clean all this up now. Bye.